Welcome back, Iowa State Cyclone fans. Another installment of Ask the Coach. We have quite a few questions I'm going to get to, but we are heading into the heart of our season, Big 12 Championship, where you qualify individuals for that NCAA championship, and then on to the tournament. This is what all the preparation is for. This is where all the trial and error pays off. At the Big 12 and the NCAA championships, we're looking to have a strong performance there. I think we have several individuals that will reach the tournament. We have several that are already automatically qualified, and we have probably 2 or 3 that need to steal some spots. But I do think we're capable of taking some spots at that Big 12 championship. You look at the matchups right off the bat, and this is kind of what we're looking at in preparation for the Big 12s is individual training and preparation for specific matchups with the Big 12 championship being only 4 athletes in each weight class, and with the rankings and the automatic qualifying system, we can pretty much predict who we'll have. So at 125, I think we'll face OU. Pretty confident that we'll face OU, a wrestler that we've lost to a couple times, but I think Ryak Finch is coming into his own. You look at his performance this weekend, pinning his Wisconsin opponent pretty quickly, and then disposing of the Oregon State wrestler who was a quality wrestler. I think we beat him 8-1. McDonough beat him 7-2. So I think you know, when you compare, you'd have to say that Ryak Finch did perform pretty strongly in that event. At 133, we'll face OSU. Obviously, that's a tough matchup when you're looking at the #1 ranked kid in the country. But that's what we're going to have to do, and we're going to have to steal a spot for the NCAA tournament at that weight class. Luke Gettle will have OSU as well, a kid that we've wrestled a couple times that I think we're capable of beating, and we should beat. But Luke has to wrestle to his full potential and continue to wrestle in every position, and I think he'll do that, and I think he'll perform at a high level as he has the majority of the year. At 149, we'll also have OSU. At 157, we'll have OU, which is a great opportunity for Mike Marino to qualify. If he wins that one match, he can qualify to go to the NCAA tournament. And we have defeated the OU kid in a dual meet in Oklahoma. So that's a matchup that we're looking at. 165, Andrew Sorensen will go in as the #1 seed, and he'll wrestle Oklahoma State as well. A matchup that we've seen several times and have got the best of over the last couple of years. 74, Chris Spangler will have Missouri, a highly ranked wrestler, just upset the kid from Cal Poly, therefore allowing Chris to jump to the #4 ranking in the country. 84, Boaz Beard will have OU. We have beaten OU earlier this year. That weight class, everybody's beaten everyone. Boaz hadn't had a chance to see the Oklahoma State athlete that's going to be representing them at the Big 12 championship, but I do think he is moving in the right direction. Right now at 197, we'll have Missouri. Pretty confident that that's going to be the matchup at 197. Again, these matchups could change based on the seeding criteria of the Big 12 coaches. Matt Gibson will wrestle Missouri in the first round to advance to the finals. So we'll be training for those individuals as well as the other athletes that we will probably see in that next round or back for 3rd and 4th in our preparation for that tournament and the NCAA championship. I think Oregon State was a little bit better than Wisconsin, but I think the big difference was the bonus points. We gave up some bonus points at 3 weight classes that really put that dual match out of reach. We thought 174 was a match that we were going to win, and unfortunately we got caught and pinned with a headlock in that match, and that was a match that we need to have, but I think it would have came down to possibly heavyweight again to determine that dual meet. But bonus points were the difference. Wisconsin's a relatively young team. They're a little bit like ourselves, but they're a young team. I think they're also looking at some guys that they have redshirted or Olympic redshirted, and also guys that they have coming in this next year. So they're 2 different teams. Obviously, Oregon State being the stronger of the 2. I expect them to perform well. I mean, this is an opportunity for them to qualify for the NCAA tournament. They have seen everyone that they're going to wrestle in that event. We recognize that we haven't won the majority of those matches in the Big 12, but this is a new day. I don't think that any of our guys are outmatched for the most part, and I think they're moving in the right direction to perform at the Big 12 championship and to springboard off that event into the NCAA championship. So I expect us to perform pretty well. Like I said, we have several guys that are automatically qualified, regardless of how they do in that event. But then we have a couple guys that have to, definitely win a match to get to the tournament, maybe two. Luke has actually had a strong year coming off not being 100% at the beginning of the year. He has came back and battled every single match. Once we got rolling into the Minnesota match, and he continues to get better and continues to improve. I think you're seeing signs of that with the way that Ryak wrestled this weekend. I think he's finally understanding what he has to do individually and personally to be his best, and I'm seeing that in his training, and I think we've seen signs of that this weekend with the way he performed. There's still a couple areas that we have to confirm and get better in, that he has to confirm and get better in prior to this Big 12 championships, and that's to confirm our ability to get off the bottom, to not allow that leg to come in, to explode once he does get to his feet, when he gets those opportunities. But I do think he is heading in that direction, and we'll be looking to confirm those positions, not only him as an individual, but us as a team. Shaden Terrakina, another lightweight kid that's right out of high school. He's figuring it out. But obviously, it's a tough transition for any true freshman. But I think he recognized that he is capable, especially winning against Wisconsin, and then coming back strong against the Oregon State athlete, falling a little bit short. But I think what he did recognize is that if he puts forth that type of energy and aggressiveness and looks for his scores, he can wrestle with anyone. So I feel good about where those guys are going. Obviously, the Big 12 is gonna tell the tale, and all of us need to perform at a high level and make those connections. And I think that is going to be the focus for the conference match and for our lightweight athletes. It happens immediately. As soon as the NCAA tournament is over, we really go hard after confirming some seniors that are still out there that haven't signed their national letter of intent. There are several quality kids that are going to be available after their state tournament that haven't signed yet. So we'll go ahead and try to confirm and lock in some additional recruits to our current roster of recruits. So that continues. We will give 2-3 week break where it's not total break, but off the mat they'll have some chances to catch a deep breath. But then we'll start back in with our lifting and running plan and technical and tactical work in the wrestling room. After that, in preparation for some open events like the FILA Junior World Team Trials, the FILA Junior Nationals, the University Nationals, any athletes that are capable to perform at the Senior National. Well, I guess we don't have Senior Nationals this year with the Olympic trials, but there will be some athletes that might go down to Waterloo and try to qualify to go to the Olympic trials. So it happens immediately. It seems like the season never ends. It rolls around fast. NCAA tournament is right around the corner, and this season's rolled by fast. And I think our athletes will recognize that and continue to work well after the season and into the next season in preparation for a national tournament that's really right around the corner, especially with it being in Des Moines, Iowa next season. Well, when you look at tournaments, and that's what we're looking at now, we're looking at the Big 12 and the NCAA tournament. Obviously, we feel like we can. We have some individuals that can perform, and walk away with high All-American honors and be in the hunt for the national championship when you're looking at where some of our guys are ranked in their weight classes. We feel good about tournaments. You look at the Midlands, we finished 8th in the Midlands, and that's after Chris Spangler had to drop out with a great opportunity to score points for us there. So I think we have a great chance to perform well, and you know, there's two, you either have a strong dual meet team and tournament team, or you have a strong tournament team, or you have neither. I believe we have a strong tournament team based on individuals that can perform at the NCAA tournament, that have performed at the Midlands, and that have shown signs that they can beat anyone in the country. And so I think we have several of those athletes, but the key is to perform at the right time, and at the right time where you can't look back with any regrets would be the Big 12 championship and the NCAA tournament. So we expect that to happen as we move forward, and we definitely look forward to the time we have in between now and the Big 12 championship. It's a great training schedule, a great training opportunity for us with 2.5 weeks prior to the Big 12 championship, and we're going to take full advantage of that. Once the Big 12s are over, we'll be gearing up with the qualified athletes going to the NCAA tournament. So we're excited about the opportunity, and looking forward to great results in both of those events. Thanks again for your time, and thanks again for your support. We look forward to seeing you at the Big 12s and the NCAA tournament.